This is your host, Jason Snellgrove, and I will be your guide as we journey down the road to pleasure hunt or hitting the long trail to those great comp hunts. This is the Coonhound Collective podcast. All right, welcome to the Coonhound Collective podcast this week. It's going to be a short episode this week. Been busy with work and doing a little bit of hunting here and there, and just really been tied up on a lot of stuff. But first off, when we get started here, we coming off the week of Spring Super Stakes, and I'm sure most everybody probably already knows, but I want to go through the winners here and congratulate these guys, give them their due. They showed up there and worked hard and got in and done some winning. So in the 2025 PKC Spring Super Stake Freshman Division, first place, Hatch Sniper Rip, Paul Jacobs. Patrick Nall, third place, Hard Time Fly. Let's see, Dane Pig, second place. Double Lick Star, Struck, Johnny Roberts. Mike Winstead, fourth place, Dirty Gritty, with, I think that's Walk, Shaka, Waller, and Barry Walk. That is your Spring Super Stakes Freshman Division. And now your Spring Super Stakes Junior Division. First place, Thunderbirds Baby Tank, Cole McVeigh, Dustin Weed, handled by Dustin Weed. Second place, JJ's Prodigy, Jeff Helsliff and Daniel Spurlock. Third place, wow, Thunderbirds Little Rattler, Cole McVeigh, Joe Manning Jr. So two Cole McVeigh dogs in that final four there of the junior Spring Super Stakes. Congratulations, guys. Let's see here. Sophomore, 2025 PKC Spring Super Stakes Sophomore Division. First place is Shark. Money's Long Shark. Cable and Branham. Kevin Cable Jr., the handler there. Second place, maxed out, Dow Jones, Jonathan Moses. Here's this dog again. And Josh Michaelis, them guys do a great job with trying to keep everybody, up to date of where you're at with live coverage and stuff. And this was kind of talked about on one of the lives he did. And, it'd be hard to bet against maxed out Dow Jones. This dog was just in the finals of the TOC, and here this dog is in the finals of the Spring Super Stakes. So that must be a pretty good dog. Third place, Loose 10 Rock, Bob Dudley, Daryl Guest. And of course, first place, Money's Lone Shark. That is the Spring Sophomore Super Stakes. Now, senior. First place, Rockin' R. Plains Piper, Blue Tick. Yep. Had an English and a Blue Tick. Kevin Rash, Timothy Chaffin. Second place, Rock Steady Rowdy, Hinkler and Martin, Jason Martin. Third place, Rivertown, Uncle Joe, J.C. Albright and John Irvin. Congratulations to all those guys, to all those winners. They went up there and put in the hard work. Local guy here to me, Cody Creech with Mocon Spud. Got into the quarterfinals, I think, or semifinals, somewhere in there. He won early Friday and lost late. Don't know all the details to it, but congratulations, Cody. Dogs obviously got up there and operated pretty good for you. Black and tan dog. So congratulations to all those guys. They got up there. They worked hard and was able to get some wins under them and showcase their young dog. The other thing that I want to talk about today is the great dog food debate. Yep, one more time, but not in the way you think. We have had tremendous response to that podcast. And I cannot thank you, the listeners, enough for all the feedback, all the response, whether it be through Facebook, email, or leaving a review somewhere. I truly, truly appreciate it. And hopefully we answered most everybody's questions. I know we couldn't answer them all. We tried to do the very best we could as far as, answering stuff. And, man, I think the one with me and Brett and the one with Keith Dotson from Extreme Dog Fuel, I think they all just turned out really well. I hope y'all enjoyed them. It was a little bit of a job getting all that put together and kind of coordinating everything, but hey, we were able to pull it off and get it done. And hopefully you take that information. This was our goal. Our goal was not to go through every sack of dog feed that's on the market and try to name all phytoestrogens and all that stuff that's in there. Our goal was to give you, the listener, the information that you could take from this podcast, and you may have to go back and re-listen to them and make some notes, write it down, and then look at your dog food and make your own decisions. We got lots of messages about, hey, what about this dog food? What about that dog food? I'm sorry, just time and research. I mean, we wouldn't have had enough time to go through all the dog food that was out there. So we wasn't able to do every dog food. We just try to hit some of the more popular ones or the ones that were close to us that we knew about. And if we missed yours, I'm sorry. But, take that information Brett spent a lot of time putting all that together and use that information to look at your dog food and figure out what's best for you. And, y'all heard Keith. If you have questions and you don't understand, or, you look at your bag of dog food and it's got something that we said that maybe wasn't all that great. He was a dog food nutritionist first, and he give y'all his phone number with his extension to his office and email address on the podcast. Give him a call because he's going to probably know more than us. But we did have some response, and I had some Apple reviews come of it and some emails. And if, there's no way I could sit here and go through the comments off Facebook posts where I made Facebook posts because there were a lot. But I'm going to try to hit some of these, and if I missed you, I'm sorry, but just know that I do appreciate everyone that's reached out and give any type of feedback. We appreciate it. So a couple come in through email. Justin Potter. My name is Justin Potter. I love the podcast on the dog food. And then he had a few questions about, some dog food and the raw food diet, like beef liver and hearts and stuff like that. So, hey, Justin, we appreciate you listening. Let's see. I thought I had another one on email. Yep. This one is from Benny Sellers. This is Ben Sellers. Just letting you know, I really like listening to your podcast. I'm over in the Mountain Grove, Missouri area. I have an English pup out of Brett Stevens' loaner dog. Anyhow, keep up the good work. Ben, we appreciate it, and I may bleep out that you got a pup out of Brett Stevens' loaner dog. Y'all just swell his head up. I mean, he's going to bust my headset because his head swells every time y'all brag on him or loaner. And loaner, he deserves more bragging than Brett does for sure. But anyway, here's one. This actually come in before the dog food podcast, and this guy's, we've messaged back and forth on Facebook some, but he did leave this email, and I do appreciate it. His name's Nick Powell. He said, I would like to tell you that you do a great job on your podcast. I have thoroughly enjoyed each one. It pleases me greatly that I can listen with my children and not have to worry about vulgarity. I do. And then he had some suggestions for some interviews for people way back. And Nick, I have reached out to several of those people trying to get a hold of them. I've been unsuccessful at this moment, but we're going to keep trying. Maybe we'll get them on here. Okay. Now we are on to Apple reviews. This is titled Dog Food Debate. Come in from IAFF 1784. Guys, I love the podcast and try to never miss one. Dog food is and probably always will be a controversial topic. I appreciate you guys tackling this subject. I realize these are recorded well in advance of being released, but try to slow down and explain the research and results. Y'all know kind of what's between the lines. And as a listener, I do not felt like some information was left out. I admit it could be my comprehension. LOL. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to the rest of the series. Thank you for leaving this. And yeah, the you know when it come to like giving amounts of how much to feed of this or that, we left that up to you to do your own research because each dog is an individual person, and neither me or Brett are a vet or a nutritionist, so we didn't want to say, well, this is how much you should be feeding of this. So that's one reason you didn't get that. This is another one that come in here a while back. 2 thumbs up, and it's from Liking It Lonesome. I'll keep this short. Great job. Your conversations are easy to listen to. It pleases me to not have a censor what I can listen to with my children. You could run longer than an hour and I would be happy, but I understand. I do have a suggestion for an interview. There's a guy in Ohio named Rodney Van Horn. He is an English guy, old blood, lots of history and knowledge of old blood as well. Keep up the good work. I've actually sent Rodney a message on Facebook trying to get a hold of him a couple of times. So if anybody knows Rodney Van Horn and has a phone number for him, or can get him in contact with me through Facebook, through Messenger, that way I could call him. They could send me a message through Facebook Messenger with his contact information, or give him my contact information. Call me, because he is one that I was trying to get a hold of to be able to reach out and get on the podcast. I've had 2 or 3 people recommend him, so he must be a wealth of knowledge when it comes to English dogs. And anybody else that has suggestions, I got one guy, he wants us to go hunting, and I've got to try to get off on a Thursday to get up there with him, because that's the days that work for him to be able to go hunting. So I've got to try to get up with him to try to get that one recorded. We're going to go back to the Gamble Ranch. I've already got him on the hook for it, and Aaron always has something to talk about, so we're going to get with him. Randy Stud Burton that we done the benefit hunt for. I've talked to Randy. He's just a hard hunter, a tough guy. And I really just want to get him on and kind of share his story, how he got into hunting. And he's got a pretty good black dog. He does quite a bit of winning with him. Got a real nice Frogger pup, too. So, got some good interviews coming up. Just, right now, as y'all know, I own a lawn care landscape company, and it's busy. Me and Brett may just hit some topics here for the next couple of weeks until I can get time to get with some of those guys and get that stuff recorded. But overall, I really wanted to get on here and thank each and every one of you that listened to that podcast, the dog food podcast, and commented or sent me an email or left an Apple review. We really, really appreciate it. Couple more I'm gonna hit on here. Martine's Extreme Pet Supplies, great podcast about the nutritional balanced extreme dog fuel dog food. Keith's knowledge and expertise about nutrition for dogs is one of the best, if not the best. We are the small distributor in Illinois that he mentioned. We are here to help anyone make the transition to EDF, which is Extreme Dog Fuel. Martin's Extreme Pet Supply on Facebook and the internet. Thanks, Jason and Keith. Hey, we appreciate you listening to it and appreciate you sharing the podcast with everyone. I just can't thank you enough. Here's another one, Terry Sutton. Good podcast, but I really want to know, besides what's in the product, is quality of the ingredients. That's really more important. I worked at a meat processing plant and saw firsthand what dog food companies pick up. It was meat with cancer and much more junk. if it's not human grade food, then we shouldn't be feeding it to our hounds. Hey, I will say this, because I know this happened, because I know the guy that called, but the gentleman called down there, spoke to Keith, asked where the ingredients come from, asked several questions. Keith answered his questions. So my suggestion would be go back, listen to that podcast, Terry, and get Keith's information and reach out to him. I'm sure he'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. Casey Skates, lots to take in, but great info. Could you give some info on best feeding program for a puppy? Want to give my little female the best chance starting with feeding. We've done a little bit about puppies, and maybe me and maybe me and Brent need to go back and touch on that again. We both have females right now that are. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that on there. Well, he has a female that's bred, and I guess now that I've let the cat out of the bag, my angel female's bred also. I wasn't even thinking I wasn't going to say that on there, but anyway, his female's bred. I've got puppies coming, so maybe we ought to go back and retouch on that and just kind of freshen things up in people's keeping people's mind on what they need to do with puppies. I know people's always having puppies, but it's kind of springtime, and that makes you think about newborns and stuff. So maybe that's something me and Big Money need to get together and go back over. Kyle Templin, listen to the podcast, enjoyed it. Tell Big Money I have a 2.5-year-old two 1.5-year-old females I've raised on Victor Professional Purple Bag that have never came in heat. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know, maybe you need to swap your dog food up and try something different. Let's see here. Okay. Just trying to go through here. Try to get as many of these people that commented on here. I just wanted to wanted to make this about you, the listener, because we appreciate it. This if this podcast don't get downloaded, there ain't no point in me putting the podcast out. So I wanted to make this one about y'all and touch on it. We had lots and lots and lots of comments on our Facebook page. A lot of people have been using it. People keep asking, where do you look at Extreme Dog Fuel? It is extremedogfuel.com. Extremedogfuel.com. So make sure you go over there and check those guys out. Okay. So I'm going to talk about a short topic here. I've already been rambling for 19 minutes. I think I've got everybody covered. So it's springtime. This has been hit on before, and I've already hit on it a little bit, but I kind of want to bring it to the forefront again just as a reminder so you can be checking your dog out. Fleas and ticks. Man, it seems like they started early this year for us. And you boys down south have already been dealing with it, I know. So, but fleas and ticks, they're a real thing. They're an issue. I seen somebody take Seresto collars and cut it up, zip tie it to their dog's collar on the inside. I have not tried that. Maybe that would work. That might actually be a great deal. I'm still using cattle tags. I'm still using some Perica Trio and permethrin spray. I sprayed my boots, let it soak, or my chaps on my boots. Let it soak in. When it was dry, go back out there, spray it again. Let it dry, spray it again. And I probably need spraying again now because we hunted in the rain here the other night. So I probably need to hit those once again. But anyway, fleas and ticks, it's a real thing. You need to be kind of looking the dog's ears, under his belly, under his arm or legs, kind of in the armpit or whatever you want to call it area. And just make sure you're taking care of your dog and you. We don't you hear people getting alpha gal and Lyme's disease themselves. So you want to make sure you're doing everything you can do to take care of yourself as well, so that you don't end up with any of that, as well as your pet. So um, these dogs work hard. We expect a lot out of them. Let's make sure they don't have anything going on that could be tick-borne disease or covered in fleas or whatever. And a lot of times this is something that I've not really heard talked about a lot, but we go to these competition hunts, and a lot of times, somebody will ride together with somebody, and they'll say, "Hey, can I ride with you?" And I've never even thought about this, but until here recently. But they load their dog up in your dog box, and I've got really nice dog pads in my dog box. But I don't want. My dogs don't have fleas or ticks on them. I keep them sprayed. I keep them treated, and I don't want fleas and ticks in my box. And I'm sure nobody else does either. So, if you're running up and down the road and you're going to be going to a hunt and you're riding with somebody, so you're going to have to bum a ride with somebody out to the woods, which is great. It's the way we meet people, it's the way we have camaraderie in our sport. I love it. I enjoy it. It's always fun, especially with somebody you don't know. You get to learn something about them. Take the time. I mean, pick up some permethrin, and it's like an ounce or an ounce and a half per gallon. I think's the way I mix mine. Spray your dog down. It'll kill the fleas. Spray the dog down a couple of times. I spray it on my chaps. I mean, it stinks, but it dries and the smell goes away. So just make sure you're doing your due diligence and be respectful of other people's stuff. So, and with that, this is gonna wind the podcast up. My last topic here. I've been looking for new places to hunt, trying to pick up some stuff that's closer to our club, that's a little bit better land, and I've been successful. Picked up quite a bit of land, actually. So got one block that's I don't know 1,500-1,800 acres together. But if the guy puts the chain on the gate a certain way, when you leave out of there, put the chain on the gate the way he had it. If you get it, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I don't litter going down the road, but I will, if I have a bottle of water or something, instead of putting it in a cup holder, I may drop it down in the floorboard next to my feet. And then when I stop at the gas station, I'll throw it away or bring it in when I get home. But, if you eat something, a candy bar or whatever, and you get out of the truck, just be mindful that you don't accidentally drag that out, and leave litter on the guy's place. That's just disrespectful to them, and that gives us a bad name as coon hunters, because then the next thing you know, they've drive in there and here's a water bottle and a candy bar that accidentally got kicked out on the ground, and they're mad. And they have the right to be mad. So let's do our due diligence. I've talked about this in the past. It's been a while. We call it guarding the gate, and we have to. None of us are. Let me back up. I guess it might be one or two, but none of us coon hunters have enough land that we own to run our dogs on. We are blessed in this part of the country that we have a lot of national forests that we can hunt on, but man, that's rough hunting. So I am super thankful when I can get permission to hunt on somebody. And I do, I mean, when I pull up and I get out of the truck, I turn the dogs loose, the first thing I do is I go check. Did I have something in the floorboard? Did it come out? When I drop the tailgate, was there something in the bed of the truck that come out? If I pull up there and I let my dogs out and there's a piece of trash laying there that I did not put there, that was there when I got there, I pick it up, throw it in the bed of my truck. I mean, we got to do our part to keep these landowners happy. We were running out of places to land. The big farms we're running out of places to hunt. The big farms are getting sold off every week. So we got to do our part to make sure we're taking care of the places that we do have to hunt. And and we're coming back to a time. I think I heard somebody say 4 or 5 years, but really I've only seen it the last couple, maybe 2 to 3 years. We're starting to see the dog that's not blowing through the country. There's still some out there, but they're treeing a coon close and then getting a little deeper, treeing another coon. But I think we're going to take a swing back where we're going to see a dog that, trees a coon close, and then maybe trees a layup close, and then maybe gets a little deeper, or, something along that lines. I don't think we're going to continue. Well, we can't. We can't continue to see an ambush style dog. Not in this part of the country unless you're hunting national forest. And trust me, if you have one and you're hunting a national forest, God bless you, because that has got to be some rough walking behind that sucker, because there ain't very good roads to get around in. But anyway, I've rambled here long enough. The biggest thing is make sure you're checking fleas and ticks. Take care of your pet. If you're out there this time of year, you're starting to see farmers out and about, and they're cutting hay, and you stop and ask that guy. I had a guy, I stopped and got permission to coon hunt on, and he gave me permission, but in the beginning he was real standoffish, and he's like, "Well, I don't want the dogs running my cows." Explain. Take a moment to explain to them that, I don't want my dogs running your cows. Some of these dogs that we have are, pretty expensive, and the last thing I want is a hound that I've either paid a lot of money for or that I think is valuable, out running a cow and get trampled or kicked and killed. So take the time to explain to them what you're doing, that you're not just a bunch of rednecks out there shooting. Thankfully, I think Josh Michaelis and Kane Strean are trying to put coon hunting in the public eye, and they're doing a great job of it. So I appreciate those guys doing that, and kind of bringing it to the forefront, and people are paying attention. These podcasts, myself, Josh, Steve Fielder, Ben Sheets, we're trying to, with the podcast, bring coon hunting to the public eye. I have people that don't even coon hunt ask me for a link for this podcast, and I appreciate every one of them that listens. So if you're listening and you don't coon hunt, and you've listened up to this far, this many episodes, I appreciate it. If this is your first one, go back and listen to the other ones. You won't have to hear me rambling. You'll get to hear some great stories about guys that got into coon hunting. Oh, before I forget, I forgot a winner. Man, I can't believe I forgot this. I seen this morning on Facebook, and I haven't even had an opportunity to text this guy yet, and maybe I'll just wait and let him hear from right here. But Jason Keene, Leopard Days this weekend. I don't know how many dogs they hunted there, but Jason Keene, y'all heard him talk about Halo, little young dog he's hunting. He won first place at Leopard Days, King of the Hunt. So, man, congratulations, Jason. Hey, me and Jason we got to get together. We're going to do something else, and I have been super busy, and I apologize, Jason, for not calling you back and getting back with you yet, but I do want to take a minute to say congratulations to you on your big win. If I was a leopard guy person, or was wanting a leopard hound to competition coon hunt and win, I would be making one phone call, and that would be to Jason Keene. This guy has had winner after winner after winner of leopard hounds. Moose, Halo, and he's going to kill me because I can't remember the other dog's name. Jewel. So, if you're looking for a leopard hound, get a hold of Jason. He likes talking dogs. He's a great guy to talk to. Good Christian guy. He won't steer you wrong. I would take his word on the dog for sure. So congratulations, Jason. I know you put in a lot of hard work to get there. So congratulations, buddy. All right. With that, I'm going to get off here. Thank y'all for listening again this week. I'm going to try to get you something better than just me rambling next week, but I did want to congratulate all those winners. I wanted to talk about all the response we had from the dog food debate podcast, the 3-part series. If you haven't listened to that, go back and listen to it. It was great. A lot of information there. If you haven't listened to it and you still got questions, go back and listen again. Write it down. Hey, if you're listening to this for the first time in your own Apple device, go over to Apple, leave us a couple, 2-3 words, review, click that button, leave us 5 stars. Wherever you're listening to this podcast, if you can do a review or a rating, please do so. Send us an email at thecoonhoundcollective@gmail.com. I appreciate all the suggestions. If anybody else got any more suggestions, please send them my way. I would truly appreciate it. I'd like to get some more people on here. We've kind of hit the English breed pretty hard, and there's still a few more that I want to get a hold of to have on the English breed, but some good old country black and tan guys that's coon hunting off a mule, that'd be a great podcast if somebody knows somebody that fits that bill. I don't care if they competition hunt. Red bones, leopards. I've had a couple, Jason and Bill Boster on here for the leopard guys. So, any of those, anybody's got a cur dog. It's a big time cur dog that just coon hunts. I mean, I know one guy, Jeremy Garner, he's got a good one. But anybody else that's got one that just wants to get on here and talk dogs, hey, give me some. Y'all send me those suggestions. I really do look at them, and I'll try to get a hold of them. And if you got their contact information, send it with it. So, anyway, till next week, guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you then. Thanks, guys, for listening to the Coonhound Collective podcast today. We really appreciate you taking your time out of your day to listen to the podcast. If you don't mind, head over to Facebook and give us a like, and head over to Instagram and give us a follow. It's both at the Coonhound Collective. Also, if you would like to reach us here at the Coonhound Collective, you can reach us at thecoonhoundcollective@gmail.com. If there's someone that you would like to hear on the podcast or a product that you would like to hear talked about, please send it to thecoonhoundcollective@gmail.com. Thanks again. Have a great day.